Yo, what is happening? Episode 124, Toys Alive tonight. We got a bunch of things going on. We got Crumbs doing a splendid editions unboxing for us. We got Cool Cat Toys in the house, showing off his new drop for the Toys Alive shop on Saturday. We'll take a look at all four of those pieces that are coming out, including one brand new one that you've never seen before, but you're going to love it. And then we got a sit down with 8BITMIKE. The toys behind me, massive, chunky, resin, dope pieces. And then a slurry of giveaways also from 8BITMIKE. That's all this week on Toys Alive.
We did it.
Dude,
we got there.
Smooth. Took us 3 times.
Smoother than P. Diddy with some baby lotion.
Oh my God, look at you. Holy shit. I'll tell you
How
what.
are you, man? Missed you last week.
Oh, bro. You know what, man? I was thank you, man. And likewise, it is odd to be away on a Thursday. Where I was, you could get almost zero reception unless, you stand like this over in that one corner behind that one tree type shit. And then you go into town, which is the market, and, you can catch up every now and then. I could not watch the show until later on. So first and foremost, dude, right on. And thank you to the guests who came on last week, Jazz Wiz, Death and Strawberries, General Porpoise, Splendid Editions. Thank you for your time. I should have reached out to you like a real human being and said thank you. And I'll probably do that.
How dare you? How dare you not?
And thank you for running a dope ship last week, dude.
You know what's jokes, though? I said thanks to them, and I'm terrible for this. Any of you guys that have dealt with me in the DMs, you know this already. I am terrible for getting back to DMs, homie. I am one of those individuals that'll be like, hey, thanks so much for coming in this week. It was great seeing you. They're like, it was no problem. Weird Kid Club did it on the Mint card. No problem, man. It was a blessing. I mean, it's daytime here. I had nothing else going on. Crickets. Crumbs basically like, hey, thanks, man. And then they reply being like, no, thank you. And I'm crickets.
I know, dude. It's so tough, dude, to try to get on here on Instagram and just get done what you're trying to do and then try to get back to everybody at one time, dude. One thing I hate more than anything is just being really short with people. And because I know for me, like I can tell when someone's like trying to cut it off, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I get it, dude. We all got to get going, dude. But when someone wants to talk about something, no matter what it is, I always want to make sure I, at least carve out a little bit of time. And how much time is there, dude? You know what I mean? It's tough.
We are in a unique situation. I'm sure a lot of the dudes who make toys at this point, the community is pretty large. So a lot of us are engaged in the community. But most of us would agree. I said this to T one time. I was like, some of you guys don't realize if I've got 10 DMs and each and every one of those DMs is asking for 20 minutes, that's 200 minutes in my day. I don't necessarily have 2,000 minutes in my day. I don't necessarily have that time to pencil out. And I'm going to pick the individuals that I can actually give like a good solid answer to, or I can get a reply to ASAP. And you kind of nailed it. Sometimes you pop on Instagram because you need to get something done. And all of a sudden you're in a DM dealing with that, and you're totally gapped on what the heck you've popped on there to do.
Yeah.
You go moving on with your day, and all of a sudden 2 hours go by, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't do that thing on there.
Yeah.
And today I noticed Puzzled Panther ended up actually commenting, and I had that moment where I'm like, I know. I would normally want to have this up by noon, putting the numbers on the.
Oh yeah.
And they had asked, and it's one of those things where you're sitting there like, and I'm sure you get it, man. You're like between meetings, you're at work mode technically, and you're like, all right, let me try and swing this right now and pop these in. So some of you guys might have noticed lovely answers on the questions this week, but you might have noticed that I didn't necessarily touch on everybody's. I ended up shooting a number at you to make sure you were on the number wheel, but some great answers on there. And one of the ones I really liked was, it brought me down memory lane. Burial Boba and Death and Strawberries both mentioned those creative discussions. Fox Toys mentioned them as well. Honestly, man, that was a nice little memory lane for me because we see those guys hop up in the chat, and I think that might have even kind of been like the beginning of me of wanting to engage a little bit more with the scene, the homies here.
Yeah, definitely, dude. And that's what's funny about being online, like, right? Like, it's a lot, but then there's parts of time during the day where you want to get on there and you kind of crave getting on there and talking to people and just kind of being in the scene. Who's this? Who are you, dude?
Oh,
you gotta give me a warning.
So my must have double clicked him. I'm not even gonna let him say. We don't even know who that was. Maybe that was Carolina Cool Cat. Maybe that was
I don't know who that was. That was somebody random.
My mouse, I purposely actually uninstalled my mouse today and the drivers to try and avoid this because I'm sure you guys have noticed this a couple of the episodes. I will single click and I get a double click. So what even just happened there was I tried clicking on a different window and my mouse decided to click on the window, then click on 8BITMIKE and pull him into the room, even though you've got them penciled in for, I believe it was like 6:30-ish.
Something like that. Plus or minus 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes.
6:40. Yeah, you got him down there for 6:40.
There you go. You know what, dude? I should probably have that schedule pull up in front of me, shouldn't I?
Why? Why though? We're toys alive. We fly by the seat of our pants.
That's it, man. That's how we do it. What else is going on, dude? What are we?
I was gonna say, I'm looking at that roster. You've allotted us like a whole friggin' like 15 minutes before we bring Cool Cat Toy Co. in here. I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't have 15 minutes worth of cool shit to say. And Cool Cat Toy Co. is not even hidden in the little restroom section there down below off stage. We might even just have to roll without this fine gent tonight.
Dude, the pieces that he has for the shop, holy smokes, dude.
Astounding.
Whew. I actually saw, who was it? I believe it was maybe Puzzle Panther was talking about the Bushi Koi. Yes. It says samurai mermaids that are sick as fuck. And I agree with that. Wait till you see the ones that we're going to have in the shop on Saturday. Holy shit, dude. Damn. Oh, you're on mute.
I was gonna ask if those were
7 minutes in. 7 minutes in.
7 minutes is longer than I usually last. So I mean, hey.
Oh man.
But yeah, I wasn't sure if we were gonna get those up into the shop here tonight or not. So I will make sure that I pull up in the pictures. But a fun thing with Instagram and PC is, of course, it doesn't allow me to open multiple pictures that have been sent at one time. It sees that as being something that needs to be open in the new app. So while we're chatting here, I'm going to open up each individual picture, send it to myself, which I should have done before the show, but I thought they'd be in the store. So I did not plot this well.
Grant says, hold on, I'm coming. Sorry.
There he is. There he be. Boom. And poor 8BITMIKE has been sitting there. I think they ended up coming in an hour ago. They've been sitting in that room for like an hour just waiting with anticipation.
Would you expect anything less, though? I mean, honestly,
that dude's on the ball, man.
I'm not kidding you, dude. We were talking about it just a couple minutes ago. 2 separate boxes from 8BITMIKE, a total of roughly 26 pounds of resin. 26 pounds of resin, which we will give away over the course of multiple weeks. We're going to give away a good chunk tonight, but yeah. First box was like 12 something. I was like, wow, that's a big box. Next box, even bigger. What can you say?
You can say that's a big box.
You can say that's a big, but 2 of them.
Two big boxes. But they did that last year as well, man. That seems to be their MO.
That's true.
Oh my God.
That is true.
Boom. So we're gonna pull Carolina in. I'm also going to pull open the pictures of the pieces they had here for us. So that way, if we need them this evening, they're gonna be in a little tab here. We can look at them. You guys can look at them. You can marvel at them. Plot your.
I'm sorry. I hit you with something before the show.
No.
And you saw it though. We talked about it that I had loaded up. So just want to let you know that that's good to go.
No clue what you're talking about.
I didn't think so. I could tell by that look on your face. I'm just gonna hit you with the maybe don't say this right now. It's in the private chat. I'll get to the end of the interview with Grant and then we'll say that. So you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Fair. I just don't know shit most days. What do I know?
That's okay, dude. I shouldn't be speaking in code, first of all.
Instead of speaking in code from now on, we're going to speak in coat.
Coat.
Denim, leather, plaid, corduroy, button up, button down, rain jacket. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, you've missed the master classes that we've given on the coat code. DNS is kind of saying it. Yo, so Death and Strawberries are kind of calling me out. Homie, check this thing out. If we're going to be talking about big old boxes, this has been sitting here for a year. If you guys wonder how much anxiety Crumbs gets and you want to send them boxes and you wonder if it'll ever get opened, the bigger and more intimidating it is, probably the greater odds that I will just look at it in fear forever. Forever. I'm pretty sure that this box, it's going to be like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Death and Strawberry is going to come to visit, and we're going to open it together whenever that happens. Their kid will be like able to drink by that time. When their youngest kid is able to come to Canada and I can legally buy them a beer, that is when we will unbox this.
I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you sit on stuff for so long and don't open it, dude. I get my mail delivered to my porch, dude, and I can't even like keep my hands off of it before I open the door. What can I say?
Man, my tism is like fucking cocaine on meth plus heroism. That's right, not even heroin, heroism. Add heroism while on those drugs. That's my tism, bro.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's been a long day. Can you?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool Cat Toys. What's up, man?
We gave you zero prep. Sorry, Carolina homie. We basically said Cool Cat Toys and then just threw you in there.
I think he's frozen.
I think he froze.
He froze.
It was so intimidating that we froze him. You want in? You want in here? Give me a little head nod if you want in. Yeah, you want this? You want this? You want in here, baby?
Oh, there we go.
I'll let you in here. There we go. There we go. We got there.
Cool. I didn't have a mask.
I thought
I didn't have a mask ready, so this is the next best thing.
That's good enough, man. What's up, dude?
What's up? What's up? Good to see y'all.
What are you drinking in there? Milk?
Yeah, it's a matcha latte. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so technically, yeah.
Oh man, what is happening, dude? Let's talk about this drop that you got. Oh, hello. How are you doing?
He says hello. How are you doing?
Hi, Brian.
She can't hear you since I have.
Oh, gotcha. You got the headphones in.
Brett finally let me say hello back.
What a nice kid.
So what? We're just bringing our little sisters in now to do shows? Is that what's up?
I don't know if I should tell her that.
What?
She said, Tom said if we bringing our little sisters in to the show.
No.
The first thing I was going to ask, it's perfect, man. The first thing I was going to ask you was, how's the family doing?
They're doing great.
They're doing great.
Yeah. She's looking forward to seeing everybody in Asheville.
Boys Alive community, hello to you. But
dude,
the good boy artworks. See you in Asheville, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm gonna say peacing out. Bye.
Peacing out. All right.
I told her to scram after, a couple words.
What a supportive individual, though. Mrs. Carolina Cool Cat. Just damn.
I'll tell you what, man. The Saunders family is one of the coolest families that I know. How about that? The cool family. But anyways, yeah, family's good. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing everybody in Asheville in February. the drop, dude. Let's talk about that, man. So you and I had talked a while back about doing a Toys Alive drop. You said, yeah, no problem. The date super crept up on me. You hit me up and we're like, yo, dude, I'm going to have these things ready to go like ASAP.
I was like,
and I'm like,
shit,
cool.
It's September already? What?
Dude, and then I don't know how long, it wasn't long after that where you just sent me pictures. You're like, yeah, here they are. I put them in the mail. I'm like, holy shit, dude. God. Okay, so I don't want to open any of these bags, so I'm going to show them in the bags.
Okay.
We'll just go buy them one by one. I do have, I did send Crumbs those pictures. And then I do have the store loaded up. The store is not open for business right now. Everything is coming soon. But you can see these on the shop. There's a link to the shop in our bio. Puzzled Panther was talking about this one earlier, dude. The Bushi Koi, and that one down there. Oh, there we go. The Bushi Koi, man. And these colors are just freaking wild, dude.
So, spoiler alert for the entire drop. Everything is glow in the dark aqua and glow in the dark pink. So I had to be on brand, you know. Everything's exclusive, of course, to the Toys Alive shop. So nothing will be produced from this again. So if you see something you like, get it. Because it is exclusive.
Damn.
Straight up, man. There's 3 of each figure. And the colorways, dude, are just so filthy good. I love that you stuck with the same colorway. Yes, dude, that Grimhorn. Let's talk about that one, dude. Now, this is a new character for you, right?
Yep, it's all new. It started out. I was doing a trade, or I still am doing a trade with a buddy of mine. That's actually who I get all my Transformers from. And he wanted me to make a Skullgrin homage for him. So I started out making this little helmet that attaches to the same skull that is on Captain Killdevil.
Yes.
And anyway, so I started out doing that, and then I accidentally made a whole other figure around it. So
golly,
he's got a whole not a mace, because I've been corrected many times before. It's a flail because it has a chain on it.
Gotcha.
And yep, he's got a shield that has a tiger that I sculpted completely out of clay. On it.
Right, man.
That I sculpted out of clay.
Yeah.
Which is
and pretty much thank you. The only reuse on it is the arms and the legs are from Doc. So, and I have the skull head on here now. But I also sculpted a whole new human head for him.
What are you casting your protos in, homie?
Ooh. I'm casting it in the same thing I cast everything else in. It's 61D smooth on.
Are you purposely proto graying them?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, to see all the details and everything in it, and yep, that's the dude right there.
Boom.
And he's got his accessories back there. His shield, the handle is detachable, so you can take the handle off. And if you have a Glyos switch pin, you can put the Glyos switch pin in the shield, and you can attach it to his back if you want to.
Dude, B always says it. That's so smart, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was August's accidental project, and that's why I didn't have pretty much any drops for a while there in August, is because I was just sculpting him. I've been wanting to do a dark fantasy figure for a while, so it really just all came out in this figure. And like I said, it wasn't really planned per se, but he's here now.
That's dope.
The first 3 are going to be in the store.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. It was something about that figure. We'll come back to that one. Okay. Captain Killdevil is the other one coming out. And
And
this
he
one
comes with a boat.
has-
Yep.
Yeah, and that one has the dinghy with it.
I think that boat blows everybody's minds away, man. It reminds me of the Muppets bath toy that came out way back in the day.
It floats. So
It's
Which
so
is-
good, dude. The one that I have is like the regular brown one, but it's I mean, as far as a display piece, dude, it's super, super sick, especially with the oars on it too. That's another one. And then the last one, Moss Thing.
yeah.
Bam.
So his eyes are just UV pink. I could have done the UV glow, but it totally slipped my mind until I had sent them out, and I was like, oh snap! But they're still UV reactive, and they come with glow in the dark pink antlers as well.
Yeah, the answer's right there.
Yeah, on the back.
Those
I just
paint
realized I
antlers
didn't
are
sign
so
or
good.
number any of them. It's okay. Who cares?
Dude, everything looks fantastic, dude. These are going to go on sale. Oh my God, dude, look at those. The pictures that you sent. I'm like, why would I even try to take other pictures of these, dude? I'm definitely using those. So good, dude. These are going to go on sale on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's only 3 of each character. The prices are on there, and dude, like the Captain Crumbs, did you go to the Captain Kill Devil and the dinghy? $50, dude, for both of those figures.
60.
Oh, is it 60? That's still a
Six.
that's
Sorry.
still a
still
great
great.
deal. What was 50? There was something to 50. That was that Grimhorn?
Other thing.
Yeah, you've got the Grimhorn up for 50, the
Yeah.
Mustang up for 50, and the Bushakoi for 65.
Yeah.
I
And
missed
the
mentioning the Bushakoi. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that, dude.
Also, the spots on the tail, each one's completely unique, and that is not paint. That is mica powder in the mold.
Gorgeous, man.
Wow,
Beautifully
dude.
done. Homie, with like the fact you ended up getting that in the exact negatives, gorgeous.
Mm.
So, a little trick I think I learned from the craftsman, as I did everything else. There you can get makeup applicator sponges. They're like little sticks, and they have sponges on either end, and one's usually bigger and one's smaller. Just get a pack of those for like $5 off Amazon, and that's what I use to just like open the mold and apply it in there. Yeah, it really works well with the scales, the negative of the scales. It just sort of just goes in there really nice. Not a lot of cleanup to do.
You could probably start pretending that you taught Craftsman things, and no one would even doubt it. You could be like, yeah, I taught Craftsman how to do this, and he does it now. And people would believe you.
I would get struck by lightning for lying. By whatever amazing force empowers the craftsman.
Dude, they are super, super sick, man. I don't think that any of these 4 pieces are going to hang around for very long. I really don't. And like you said, dude, the colors that you pick, man, they go so damn good together. The blue and the pink, and then with the yellow highlights, especially on the Bushikoi.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
Look, I would say it was yellow, but it's glow in the dark chartreuse on the package. So.
There you go.
Trying to make it sound a little bit more fancier than it is.
And dude, about your pieces, man, they're all Glyos. Do you hand sculpt everything out there?
Yeah, well, I use a lot of reuse from other characters. Like I'll take, trying to remember what I sculpted. The jumpsuit body that I did Cicada Man on.
Oh yeah.
That's the same torso that I sculpted this on. And then the boots were Captain Kill Devil boots that I just shaved down and then re-sculpted on top of. And the waist armor piece was Bushikoi's, again shaved down and then just sculpted on top of that. The helmet was completely from scratch. The horns are also removable. Ooh,
oh wow, damn, dude!
As if you even made the horns removable. So
yeah.
wait, does that mean newer horns in the future?
Yeah, and antlers and stuff like that.
Oh,
If I can get
What?
out of painting anything, I'm gonna make it a separate part. So.
Dude,
And the head, I don't remember. Oh, it was the Anchor Fist's unhelmeted head. But again,
oh,
just
gotcha.
cut it down completely, then resculpt it on top of it. And so yeah, that's sort of like my process. It's since have all these other figures and I have extra casts from when I'm making sure the molds work right or whatever, I just usually save time by just sanding those down or cutting them down and sculpting on top of. Yeah,
Dude, that is, I mean, the craftsmanship in all of them, dude, and the fact that you're using different color resins as opposed to
painting.
the paint.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not a whole lot of people out there doing that. I mean, I think people can probably name a few off the top of their head, but God, dude, what a smart idea. And it's so clean too, man. You know what I mean? Like there's no, the fact that they're all like separate pieces, man, I think that's what really does it, but everything looks awesome, dude. Thank you again for doing that.
Thank you
Again,
for having me
yeah,
on the
absolutely,
store.
dude.
I'm stoked.
And what do you got coming up next for you personally, as far as shows or drops, or what do you got going on?
I posted about the leftovers drop from this little show that I did locally. It was my first time displaying in Raleigh recently. It was really nice. I didn't sell a whole lot of stuff, which I was expecting, but I made a lot of new local artist friends up in Raleigh in the Raleigh area, and it was a lot of fun. But I might push that drop into next week because I was supposed to be casting some more Grimhorns for the drop, and I was going to add that as a surprise, but the time got away from me. I have not done that. So yeah, and I also got to cast some more dinghies. So I'll probably end up moving it into next week, but I'll let everybody know. So yeah, I have 2 Bush Kois left over from the matcha green ones I did. And I have 2 moss things left over. And I have a couple lucky cats left over. So yeah, but I'll be letting people know.
Sweet.
Other
man.
than that, I have nothing going on.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
Definitely doing assembly required.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm sharing this is a little bit of spoiler alert, but I mean, who cares? I'm sharing
We're all
a table.
29 people that are watching, dude. Let us know.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
No, I'm sharing a table with Kier's Customs again.
Oh, sweet.
I'm actually sharing a 10x10 booth. That was a big
Sweet.
investment. So it's the first time sharing a booth that big, but I'm looking forward to the space. And and I'm also sharing with Disgusting Justin.
Oh, sweet.
Very hyped about that. So
nice, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him since God, I don't know if I saw him at last year's decon or maybe the year before. But gosh,
he's around my age. I think he's a year older than me. But we grew up with a lot of the same stuff, and I just love his style. You can see it from you can see it from a mile away, and you're like, oh, that's DJ,
for sure.
And he's really chill, and
for sure, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It really worked out because I had actually reached out just for what I felt like was fair. I reached out to another guy that I tabled with in the past, and I asked him first, and just to make sure. He's from Texas, so it was Michael Morris, and he wasn't available. So I went to Justin, discussing Justin. I'm going to have 2 Justins at my table. That's not going to be a problem. So I DM'd Justin, and he was like, "I was about to reapply tomorrow," so it really worked out. So I'm
sweet.
Set.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the first time I'm going to be having probably a 6-foot table by myself. So I'm definitely going to be making a lot of stuff. So.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. A new venue this year, man, or technically next year, I guess. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. For sure.
Yes, looking forward to. I love the Gray Eagle. I love how intimate it was, and how you really got to get in there with people. But
yeah,
No, I'm looking forward to the space.
For
It
sure.
sounds like it'll be a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the pieces will all go on sale on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the Toys Alive shop. There is a link to it in our bio. If you want to go in there and check it out anytime, they are all loaded up with pricing under the coming soon. So you can't buy anything yet, but Saturday morning, those will go on sale. There's 3 of each piece. So what you see in the picture is what's available. And then we'll be updating as they sell out, which I'm sure they will. So Grant, dude, you are a gentleman and a scholar, dude. Thank you for doing this for the shop, man. I'm excited about it. It looks freaking awesome. Everything looks super, super cool. Thank you for having your lovely mother on. I'll be looking forward to seeing her in February. And thanks for coming on, dude. I super appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks again for having me on the store. I'm really stoked about it. Glad it worked out for both of us in the time period that I had to get it all together.
Yeah, it was a quick one, man. It was a quick turnaround, but you nailed it, man. It looks like you've been working on this stuff forever, and it's just, I mean, God, dude, I think I talked to you, and I think it was here like less than 2 weeks later, which is crazy.
Yeah. All
right
right,
on, buddy.
You know how we do. You guys had said goodbye a couple of times. They were sitting there. I could tell they were kind of like, "Fuck, Crumbs, kick me out of here."
That's fine. But that's fine. But that's fine. But let me tell you something. All right. I don't want to hear you snicker in the background when I say I'm looking forward to seeing Mrs. Saunders in February at Assembly Required. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
She's the real cool cat. That's what I gotta say.
One of the nicest people on the face of the earth at the moment. You got that right, dude.
Sorry, Carolina.
But
we just never see any moms, so of course I got to make point of the fact we saw a mom tonight. What the hell's a mom?
That was a first. I believe that was the first. 124 episodes before a mother was brave enough to show her face on this show. How about that?
You know, I think the cool part about it is that much we're kind of teasing about it. I think it's really, really, really fucking badass that their mother gives a shit about what they're doing and popped on here tonight, man. I think that's really, really cool, to be honest.
Dude, and you know, it's not just his mom, but his entire family, dude, is extremely supportive, dude. And that's one of the really cool things about Assembly Required is you can really see that come through. The last 2 years that I've been there, it's been the same, man. They're just, you know, they're there the whole time, dude. They're not stopping by for 5 minutes and seeing what's up. They're there the whole time, checking it out, you know. And I think that's big. I think that's probably big for Grant, and it's just something that's really cool to see. So
that'd be huge, man. You know, I'll never forget. It was one of the weirdest things ever, dude. My mother came to a show finally, and we've been playing for a while. And it was so bizarre when afterwards she was like, "Those kids in the crowd actually knew the words you guys say." And you're kind of like, "Yes, Mom. Some people out there give a shit about what we do. Neat." Glad you got to observe that this evening.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I want to quickly take a look at these before we bring 8BITMIKE into here, because I didn't pull them out too much last week. You weren't here for this. You missed this. These are actually going to be, this one I'm going to do really quick, because I keep staring at this, dude. This one's actually from Splendid Editions. This is one of his basics, and it's based off the Swamp Monster. I can't help but see the likeness between, oh, of course, fuck you, making me all awkwardly full screen. The likeness between the Mana Minions, aka the Lava Man, and this dude is fucking sick. But the one that I didn't pull out the other day when we were on the show was actually this guy, man. This thing is so fucking cool. And I don't think Splendid did it intentionally, but realistically, we're in the Toys Alive colorway here as well. This thing is gorgeous, man. Wow. And I'm not able to show off this too well, but his little accessory, literally has a little skull through it. But this is where it gets super fucking cool. The faces come off.
Oh, shit.
To allow you to pop in different faces that come with it. And then there's a magnet there.
Okay.
To make that pop in.
Oh, shit.
And so the whole idea is that they've made these, they've sent them out to a couple of people, and they've included prototypes with the idea being you make one as well with the prototype. Mine's falling apart in my hand because it's a clamshell. But then you can add and sculpt onto this with the faces that will work with the other people who have gotten this, the arms, the legs, all that jazz, man. They've actually gone in and they've done all their articulating themselves. This figure, again, it's one of those ones, the more you look at it, the more that you're actually just kind of like, shit, that thing is fucking cool. And like their buck, they were showing this to us the other day when they were on, man. Their buck is one that they've kind of designed themselves. And that's where like this piece just kind of keeps on getting doper and doper the more I look at it. And the fact that you kind of like realize it's fully customizable. And then the fact that you can just like add on them with wax like Death and Strawberries or any of those dudes. And then the fact it'll be compatible with the other ones in the set. Fucking cool as hell to me, man. So I wanted to make sure I showed those guys off. And then there was like 5 other faces for this too. Like I've got the cat face on there right now. But like there's a whole bunch of fucking sick faces that came with it.
Oh man.
Fish mutant dude.
Yeah.
This bearded guy, like a little wizard.
Oh, sweet. Dude, what's cool about that is all the faces are so different.
They're all so different, but they do still make like a nod to some of the old toys we would have had as a kid, right? Like you're still getting all those different types of characters in there. It's such a and then it also, what trips me out, man, is we see the difference between somebody, for instance, like, oh, I wanted to pull you on. There we go. We're both just fucking fiddling buttons this evening. But what it makes me think of, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get it wrong. Terrible Toy Works. You know how their figure has the hands that they'll swap out often, the face, they'll do like the robe different, and they'll basically cast up different pieces. This almost reminds me of that in a more like crude styling, man. Fucking rad. Anyways, we could be talking about that all night. We're gonna bring 8BITMIKE in a second here. I'm gonna get the heck off the screen so you guys can chat some toys. I'll probably pop back in for a second, I guess, or two, you know.
Dude, those are great, man. I don't know if does he have those on his page somewhere?
You know, he posted these ones on their page when they were close to being done, and then things just kind of went silent about them. I think they got really busy with a bunch of other work and projects. And then I don't know if it was Death and Strawberries that twisted their arm or not, but I really wasn't expecting one of those to show up. And then with a letter basically saying like, hey, this is yours, and here's one of the blanks to be able to make your own character that will rotate out and switch with the other 5 that are out there in the world. And you're like, what? Okay, wow. This is quite the endeavor.
And again, dude, everything from him is also 100% hand sculpt, right?
Well, and that's what is actually sick, man. The more and more and more that thing's been sitting on my desk this week and you're staring at it, the more that there is something clunky about a hand sculpted piece that we don't see too often, that you start really looking at like the way the robes sit, the way that the sculpt lines are done for that movement. It just sits different, dude. It registers in the brain different.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Anything like that has multiple that you can kind of switch up the look that easily. God, dude, what a good idea. You know what? Going back to Cool Cat real quick, dude, the fact that he's using other like his parts that he has and then shaving them down and then sculpting on top, and it still comes out with like kind of a similar look, dude, but it looks like a new sculpt to me, you know? And then like think about the amount of time that saved down as opposed to starting from scratch.
So that's what I find interesting with Porpoise, and Carolina Cool Cat kind of touched on it tonight. Yeah, they're the type of makers that it almost seems tedious, if I'm being totally honest. I get that sculpting from scratch would be very tedious as well, but their process a lot of the times you're sitting there going like, holy fuck, that's so much work. And the reality is though, once it's done, it isn't anymore. It's a lot of work at the beginning to make those molds and casts to be able to have all those unique individual pieces, like Grant was saying, but in the long run, you're now not sitting there painting figures all night because you can do the antlers in the one color, or you can do the horns in the one color, or you can cast the shield in the one color. So like in a weird way, by putting all the time up front, you're kind of then saving yourself afterwards all the hours of trying to fucking figure it out or clean it up or make those adjustments. It's no different than when Porpoise decided to like actually cast the Hobbit head, but then Dremel out the head from the hair to then be able to make a mold of the actual hair. So it's like, holy crap, dude. You're making casts of these things, and you're chopping up the casts you're making to be able to have fodder, to be able to manipulate the fodder, to be able to actually have a beginning figure that's the way that you'd want it at the start. Okay?
Yeah, right. What?
Before we pull 8BITMIKE in here tonight real quick, I know that they had wanted me to pull up one of the accounts, and I'm sure they're going to want to talk about it a little bit as well. So I'm going to do a quick little share screen if you don't mind, homie.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to show this off, and I know we were even actually talking. I'm going to run one of the banners real fast. Why not? Because you popped this one up here at the beginning of this month. and we're wrapping up to the end of September. Mm. And what I thought was really interesting is 8-Bit Mike mentioned to me today that this maker, they were probably going to want to go to their page. Like I said, we're probably going to end up going back over to it afterwards as well once we pull them in here. But if anybody hasn't been over to this Tired Children page, their link at the moment is actually a link devoted towards suicide awareness. And they've actually partnered up with To Write Love on Our Arms to meet critical mental health needs. This is what I thought was absolutely amazing about this, man. A gift of $25 connects 700 people to free and reduced cost mental health resources in their local communities. A gift of $75 sponsors one 60-minute counseling session, allowing someone to sit with a therapist for the first time and begin healing. Damn.
Wow, dude. And so tell me again, dude, what's the connection with that and the toys or the Instagram site?
Yeah. Okay. So this individual actually makes toys as well. And what they're doing right now is in honor of Suicide Prevention Month, we are joining forces with To Write Love on Our Arms to meet critical mental health needs. Too often people struggle. So they're helping raise funds that will cover 2,600 hours. But where is it here? Boom, 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 boom. The more you donate, the more entries you'll receive. $100 equals 20 entries. The raffle will be on August 20th to September 31st. Make sure your email address is correct. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's to be entered into a draw for one of their pieces. Well, make a donation to the link. The more you donate, make sure your email address is correct. Winners will pick the prize in the order that their name was chosen in the raffle. So you'll literally be able to pick your prize depending on how you were chosen in the raffle.
Yeah, and you can get in for $5, and that's still going to help somebody out. That's awesome, man. I did not see that.
Homie, look at how close they are to the 10,000 already. That part to me is fucking amazing. One individual doing that, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Wow. Good for him, man. Very cool.
Anyways, you cool if I pull 8-Bit Mike in? We'll get that show on the road.
Absolutely, dude. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
He's ready.
He's ready.
The hand motions is what did it.
My daughter calls it dinosaur, so.
8-Bit Mike, what is happening, dude?
Just pouring resin.
I heard porn at first there. Until you said pouring resin, I was definitely like, yo, you're just hobbing it up over there? What is this?
Dude, that is a lot of resin. Dude, let's talk about your shirt first, man. That's a Toy Ronto shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm checking my audio. Can you hear me okay?
It sounds a little echoey.
What about now?
Better.
Much better.
Perfect.
Yeah, Toy Ronto. Get this in Lab Monkey's links. Lab Monkey has a threadless shop.
I actually forgot. I'm glad you mentioned it. I forgot LM9 had a threadless up with a bunch of the old Toy Ronto gear on there. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
And I believe from what he told me, he said most of the proceeds from those shirts go to trying to do another art show in Toronto, or it was going towards a rental space or something like that. But definitely the proceeds were going towards something art toy related, I should say, in Toronto. So very cool. Let's back way up, dude. I know that you went to, or I don't even know how to say it, dude. I know that you were part of that whole Toy Ronto scene. How far back does that go, dude? And what the hell brought you there?
At the time, I was living in Buffalo, New York. So I would go up to Canada for Comic Cons.
Yeah.
And it was probably 2015 or 2016. I met Lab Monkey. And then at the same con, I teamed up with Angry Beast and did a trade with him.
Oh, nice.
And then they started putting together these art shows, and I would go up for those as well. The first one was called like Action Statue.
Okay. And were you submitting pieces, or you were just going as a fan?
I was just going as a fan. When I first met Lab Monkey, I was giving out my free resin toys at the con.
Gotcha.
So I gave him one of my first pieces I ever made.
Oh, wow. With your resin pieces, have you always been doing like the kit bashing, or have you always been doing the putting the pieces into a cast, or were some of your earlier works sculpt mold cast?
Yeah, I used to make molds. And unlike everybody else, I got worse at it. Like my oldest stuff is the best. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And when COVID hit, I was like, I'm done making molds. I am not getting better. So then I just started buying molds online and using those to fill up.
Which also
Those
brings
little
up
blocks that you got are some of the first ones I did.
Dude, are they just ice cube trays?
The small ones are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made a top that was called Executive Desk Toy.
Yep.
So it had a rounded bottom and you could spin it. That was like a bonbon mold. And then those tigers behind you are a bread pan.
Yes.
Yeah, I see you already opened one.
Silicone.
Yes, dude.
Silicone bread pans.
Yeah, it's a silicone bread pan.
Fair.
And then I should have brought them. They're out in the utility closet.
How
But then
dare
you can just get other ones that are like to make like a resin tray. It comes with handles that you put in the resin. And I'm just using the base to replicate it over and over again.
Gotcha. So at what year was that you first met up with Angry Beast in Lab 9? Do you remember?
Like 15 or 16.
15 or 16. So prior to that, what was your experience in resin before that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I had seen the stuff that Seth Lord did, and he's got a friend, Tone Tank, and he was making some really cool stuff at the time. And those two really got me in.
Gotcha. The scale of the stuff that you make, dude, is so massive. I know this is probably a question you can't even answer, but is there a reason for that? Like, I mean, they are extremely big and heavy, and the amount of material it takes to make those and the time it takes to make those, dude, you're putting a lot of material and time into these.
I just wanted to do something people hadn't done. And then if they want to, they can do it too. I don't care. But I just think it's funny to make these huge, stupid things. Like this guy. I mean, I just bought the toy at a discount store and threw them in. This is about 13 inches by 9 inches, if you're curious. So
I love how the one arm though is partially in, but you can still see it, dude. You have so much of your work back there, homie.
Oh, that is dope.
This is a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon toy. Yeah. Oh, and I know some people have this one. This was a brownie pan from COVID. I've seen those floating around Canada as well. And then obviously like the blocks.
Oh, the blocks. Yes. Dude.
And then recently I got some cos molds from China.
Nice.
So I've been making those as well. But I'm done. I'm done with the OOMO 30 or whatever I was using. I'm done making molds.
Dude, the cause ones, I did have to open that box to see just how many were in there, and there's a lot in there, dude. Holy smokes! So we paired some of them up, and that's what we're going to be giving away tonight is a few different.
Awesome.
Sets. But yeah, dude, the first time that you were on, gosh, dude, I should probably post pictures of that sometime. You had sent a box, huge box. I can't remember the weight on that one, but there was probably. Gosh, dude, how many giveaways were in there? 50?
I think there were 100 bagged figures. Not figures,
100 bagged figures, dude. And they were bagged with their own Toys Alive header, and I had laid them all out on the floor, dude. And then I realized, holy smokes, dude, most of these glow. And so, you soak them in the light for a little bit. That was a freaking crazy picture. Have you ever sold stuff like that in a store where you're making bagged pieces and then just selling them? It's a very unique way to acquire your pieces, dude. Maybe you can take us through that a little bit.
I used to have a shop on Store Envy.
Yeah.
And then they changed the way that they took payments. You had to use Stripe, and I don't know. I just didn't feel like setting it up. So now I just don't sell my pieces. If you want anything, just reach out, and I just say JPS, just pay shipping, and it's yours. There's a couple I don't want to get rid of, like the one I just showed, but If you see anything you want, reach out, because I love sending it to people. I just think this is all hilarious.
That you've got a droid behind I believe it's your left shoulder there, but that dude's got to be an oldie at this point. Like, how long would you say you've probably had some of these? Oh, damn, is that a modulicious right there as well?
These are both modulicious. He made this Stormtrooper R2 for me, and then I got this R2 planer. R2 is my favorite Star Wars character. If you can't tell, like, that's what I used to always mold. I think I sent you one, B.
Yes, you did. The orange one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one, man.
And I've been in a couple art shows where I had like bagged toys hanging on the wall. Yeah. And I sold a couple, but I don't know. I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
That being said, you and I have discussed it before. You in the past were using a pretty unique way of ordering your supplies from Amazon. Is that something that you're still doing at all?
I'm not. I used to do these surveys on Amazon that would like give you money in Amazon gift card, and then I would buy all my stuff from them. But maybe 6 months ago, I stopped doing that. It just took too much time for such little money.
Fair. It wasn't worth the payoff.
Yeah.
But still, somebody in a tight spot that needs the materials, it's good to know that's still even an option for you if you're just not making because of that at the moment.
Absolutely. But now I just buy straight from specialty resin. That's where I get my stuff. And they've always got coupons, so it's super cheap.
How do you determine, dude? I mean, some of the shapes that you have, so that slab, that would be considered like one of those jumbo slabs, right? The one right behind you. Yeah. And then you have the smaller slabs, and we saw the octagon and stuff like that.
So there's two sizes of slabs.
Exactly. Now, when you're looking at molds for those, man, what are you taking into consideration? Is it just the size? Do you ever consider like how much material that's going to take? Or is it just, hey, this is a size that I want to do, and so however much resin it takes, that's how much it takes?
Oh, that's how I go. I mean, the big slabs probably have $50 worth of resin in them. Like, I can get 2.5 out of a gallon. So I have a gallon of part A and a gallon of part B, and I can make like 2.5 jumbo slabs.
Oh my God. That's a lot of resin, dude.
I'm thinking.
God, dude. I had a question there, Crumbs, and I lost it.
You were probably going to ask how do you decide which one you're going to use depending on the pieces? That's so much resin, man. Like, how do you just commit to that?
I don't know. When I feel like pouring, not pouring, I just go to town, do it for a couple hours, and just stack the layers on top of each other. Yeah, it's a blast. I love your own crap in there. Like, I know Zimco puts crap in his, like aquarium gravel and all that stuff. I think that's the coolest.
Yeah. Dude, some of the pieces, so we'll start looking at some of the pieces that I have personally. You have a lot of stuff like this. The small guys that are in like the ice cube shape. When it comes to the small guys like this, dude, how do you pick these out, and where are you getting these from? Is it just kind of random? I know you have lots of dinosaurs. This is one of the dinosaurs that we're giving away tonight. This is actually just going to be a little extra in one of the giveaways, and someone can give that to you.
Yeah, I just found a bunch of bags at the thrift store.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy with the gun is Guts, if you're familiar with that line. And I found a whole bag of Guts for like $2. And so I was like, they're going in.
Yeah.
So mostly thrift store stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Now, when you're making these, on something like this, dude, from beginning to end, how long does that take to set up and cure like this?
I used to like the big blocks. I made those during COVID, and I would do one layer a day just to keep me sane.
Wow.
But my resin sets in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So in an evening, I can make a jumbo block from start to finish.
Yeah, dude, that's a trip, man. So you did one color a day. So you can really mark the days, how long it took to make that particular piece.
Yeah, those are about 14 to 16 layers.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, dude. That's an interesting way to mark that, especially during COVID, man. But that'll keep you busy, doing one layer a day. Lots of chess
I
pieces,
use
dude.
specialty resin. Color Pro resin is what I use. I used to use Model Pro for some of my figures because I liked how it showed the details. But now I use Color Pro.
Gotcha. Okay. Look at dude.
Yeah,
Are
the
you
chess pieces?
Are you
The chess
answering
pieces were
questions in
just
the chat?
molds I found on Amazon.
Oh wow. Dude, I don't think we've ever had anybody doing an interview and answering questions in the chat at the same time. Dude.
8-Bit's a friggin' wizard over here.
This is what I do all day at work. I have like a meeting on and I'm answering questions. And so this is just normal.
It's normal. One thing that I think is really unique about your pieces, dude, is that it almost seems like the intent behind some of them is to give to somebody else, and just kind of make it like this thing, right? Where maybe they don't know about it, maybe they do. I think people who know about you and who have your pieces, when they get one of your pieces in return from another artist, for example, dude, I got this little boat, right? From I got that from Toxic Fumes. Back in the day, dude, it was a long time ago, and he said that he had got a box of he goes, yeah, he sent me a box of resin pieces, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I wonder why someone would send him a box of free resin pieces. And then after knowing you and seeing your style, I'm just like, oh, dude, that's definitely him. That
I was moving and getting rid of a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
I had this old slot machine, and I told him, hey, if you come drive and get the slot machine, it's yours, because we didn't want to move it. And then while he was picking that up, I threw like 2 of those boxes with him.
Oh, wow. So I thought that was very cool, dude. When I first, I can't even remember what Toxic Fumes piece I got, but he did throw one of these in. It kind of told me the story behind it. And, when you were on last year, or when we did a bunch of giveaways for you last year, I think, the discussions that we had was, kind of that, you were going to send a bunch of stuff and you wanted it to go out as giveaways. The whole scene, I mean, man, to me, it's definitely about the pieces, right? It's definitely about cool stuff. It's definitely about how big you're making the pieces. But then there's kind of like this underlying tone of, it sounds really simple, dude, of just like kind of friendship between artists and people that support you. Is that an intentional thing on your part, man? Like, for instance, you said acquiring your piece, pay the shipping and you can have it, dude. That's for $50-something worth of resin. That's insane.
Absolutely. I mean, when I first started out, there seemed to be like factions between different groups of people, or maybe those still exist. I don't deal with the drama. I just want to give my stuff out and let people see stuff, and I'll collect stuff as well. Like going to the shows in Toronto, and then I went to one at Clutter Gallery, and just meeting everybody is just so cool. I had probably 120 figures at Clutter Gallery I gave out.
Wow. Holy smokes, man. It is really cool though, man. When you go to those conventions and you actually see people that you have met online or bought from, or, collaborated with, or whatever it is, to see them in person. I know for me, surreal. I don't know if surreal is maybe not the right word, but it just feels like, a friend that you've had online for a while, then you finally meet him in person. And it's a pretty cool thing. Going back to collections, dude, as far as a collector, are you a collector at all of stuff besides, what you're making?
Absolutely. I know your Lab
Monkey 9. I know your Lab Monkey 9. I've seen you post some of those things, and I'm just like, that dog, where did he get that from, man?
I've probably met up with him a dozen times and done trades. Nice. So, I mean, he'll go out of his way to come see me if I'm in Canada, which is just phenomenal.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Very
cool. I'll buy stuff every now and then. Sometimes if it's like $100, I'm like, that's a little much, but pricing's its own story.
Now, is it indie stuff that you're buying, or commercial stuff that you're buying, or both?
I mean, I have some Grody Shogun.
Oh, nice.
Right here.
Yeah,
And
very
then I
cool.
went and bought the ice cream man from Target this week.
Oh, that's cool.
They're $3 at Target right now.
No way.
Now, B, I don't know if you know this,
Yeah.
because 8-Bit and I were talking about this earlier. The artist that sculpted those is actually in our indie scene as well. I was trying to pull up their name before we popped on the show here. But
Yeah.
but it is one of like, you're just sitting there like, yeah, I already know. I've got it in my back pocket here.
Yeah, dude, I saw those pop up a while ago, and I wasn't sure if that was just like a local Target thing or like a nationwide Target thing.
I've been to probably 3 Targets and they all had them.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, very cool, dude. I did see that sculpt though, and God, dude, who was that did that?
I'm gonna have to go through my history because I'm racking my brain
Yeah.
right now too, dude.
Yeah. But
It's
anyways,
rad.
now when you were just kind of like your history with toys in general, man, was it something? Well, I don't want to say, was it something when you were a kid? Because I think it was something for all of us. But as you were growing up, man, what was it that you were collecting, or what was it that was really kind of that you were into besides Star Wars?
It was absolutely Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Like
nice.
the Playmates line. Like
Yeah.
I was born in 82. That's why there's 82 at the end of my name. And so I was
God.
probably like eight when they started coming out. And I was
Yeah.
just a super fan of those. And I'll pick up any I see at thrift stores all the time.
Yeah, still collecting. That's cool.
And then like most people in high school, I was like too cool for toys, you know?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
back in college, got back into it.
So, of
I was
course-
gonna- dude, regrets, dude. You know what I mean? Like there was a big span of time where I just totally checked out of like everything. And god dang, do I regret that, dude. We were talking about KB Toys the other day. Did you have KB Toys out there?
Yeah, they always had like a 3 for $5 bin.
Dude, cheapest store. So not only that, they had them at the factory outlets here in town. And everything is like, discounted already. But those you could get so much stuff, dude, back in the day that I just completely passed on, man. I'd go in there and buy like boxes of like basketball cards. And then the toys, I just skipped over everything, dude. What an idiot. I'm sure that place was just loaded with gems. Good old KB Toys, which also became Toy Liquidators out here. I don't know if that happened.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt you guys real quick, just because I know the chat ended up finding it at the same time we ended up locating it here. I just wanted to show it off for anybody who wasn't familiar. These are what we're talking about. These have appeared over at Target as of lately. But this is the artist that's actually responsible for those sculpts and the designs. So if you had actually wanted to grab one that wasn't at the old Target, the old boutique, you can always hit them up. But yeah,
And they're not available at Target's website. You have to go in.
Oh, are they really?
That's gotta feel
I looked
good,
online
man.
and they're not there.
God.
Like that's gotta feel surreal, right?
Dude, especially if they're available nationwide, dude. Like think of how many of those things there are. That's insane. That's a lot of freaking.
Oh, Crumbs, back to the Tired Children auction. He gets a ton of donations. Like Super 7 gives him a bunch of stuff. And everyone just contributes whatever. It's always Safubi. And every time I've donated, I've won. So, I mean, just good to know and a great thing to donate to.
Absolutely, man. You mentioned this to me earlier today and I was blown away. But so out of curiosity, is it a lot of these guys here that are posting? You might know a little bit more. But this is one super sweet. Garden State Kaiju donated this one-off mud belly painted by the amazing Neil Illing to the raffle this year. Yeah. So okay, it's literally like you said, you get to kind of pick what you'd like. But
like he just draws names, and then like I got an email from him last year. And it's like you're number 22, and then you'll get an email in probably 22 days. And then I got the email, and he said this is what's left, and I picked out like a Godzilla or something.
Oh wow, that is
cool.
cool.
He had some full-size Mummy Boys at one point given away. I love the Super 7 Mummy Boy.
I appreciate you pointing out this account, man.
Yeah, dude, that is not.
I think right now he has a corporate sponsor that will double your donation.
Oh, I love that even more.
Wow.
Yo, and B, you were asking 8-Bit. Yep.
To Write Love with Her Arms is the company or the charity that they're doing it through. And my work will actually match my donation to them. It's like an approved charity. So if you have that as an option, look into that as well.
Yeah, super smart, man. Because it's an official, like, registered charitable organization. Okay.
Yes.
And then I'm going to take a quick little pivot, though, because B, you were bugging 8BIT a moment ago about what some of the stuff they buy. I'm going to rat them out because they were telling me that they grabbed these today, which blows my freaking mind. These are insanely cool. I had never seen them before, and they're like 25 Canadian when I was looking at the Canadian prices earlier.
Okay, what is this now?
Right?
A guy I've been following for years, Monster Pants. He makes indie
Monster
movies
Pants
with a Z.
Monster Pants with a Z.
And that's his Etsy shop. You have to dig through his website to find the Etsy link. The Etsy link is actually in the private chat.
Yeah, I snagged the Etsy link for it because
they're $20 American.
$20 American?
3 3/4. These are called the mutations, so like they all have mismatching parts. I got 3 of them that they're supposed to be here on Monday. I'll definitely post them on my feed.
Look at that fun lobster hand.
Dude. $20? Jesus Christ, dude. Well,
I was gonna say, I think I can hear the blood leaving B's head and going somewhere else. But I can literally hear it flowing through.
Dude, I heard my wallet coughing from the other room going, no more.
That's what's so cool. Like, I go through other people's feeds and see like who they're following, and I'm like, I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
But like 50 of my common friends are following them. How do I not know about them?
Yes, exactly. Dude, isn't that crazy, man, about Instagram? It's just, for some reason, dude, and, I hate even liking other non-toy stuff because I feel like the minute that I do it, my feed gets flooded with other stuff that I'm not interested in or not as interested in as stuff that I'm actually on there to see. But damn, it's frustrating, dude, to get on there and then you finally see somebody pop up and you're like, oh, man, they haven't posted in a while. Then you look on their account and you're like, dude, they've been posting like once a day or once every other day for I don't know how long, and they're just popping up again. That type of stuff right there, man. There's other people, artists that are in this to obviously make stuff and sell it. Some people are doing it for more of a hobby. Some people are trying to make a living out of it. With yours, it's a little bit different, man. It's almost like a hobby that you're wanting to share with people. You're not charging anything except for the shipping. Do stores and stuff like that, is that of any concern to you at all, man? Like, or visibility as far as being on Instagram? A lot of people are like, oh man, I'm getting buried in the algorithm. Does that kind of thing even matter to you at all? Or you're just like, look, man, people want to buy this stuff, they buy it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't care how many followers I have or how many likes my posts get. Yeah. Oh, that's a piece from Lab Monkey. And I used to paint, and that astronaut up top is one of the executive desk toys.
Oh,
I give to everybody my work.
Yeah, dude. You had
so everybody in my work got one.
Yeah. What a great idea.
I'll take stuff to work and people are like, this is what you do with your spare time. And I'm like, sure. Why not?
This is the stuff we're supposed to do with our free time. Like, just to be that person for a second, because we kind of talked about it last week with Splendid Editions and Death and Strawberries and Jazz. At the end of the day, like, we all have to work, we all have to pay bills, we all have to do like the dumb random BS. The moments in between where you get to do fun stuff, like make art, create things, try something, that's kind of the whole point of being a human.
I mean, I don't want to like diss people that are trying to make money off this. Like, good for you. Like, you're awesome. I want to help as much as I can. But for me, I think I posted something last week that's just like, everyone needs a hobby that they're just doing for fun.
Yeah.
Well, and personally, I can kind of relate to it only because, honestly, man, somebody mentioned it to me even not too long ago. They're like, you could be selling one of these. And I said, there are so many dudes in this scene that have gifted me things, tossed me things that I need to get work out in their hands. I'm really not worried about making anything off of stuff. I'm more concerned about getting things in the hands of people that I admire or I respect, or I want to get them some work because they've gifted me some work, right? Like, you want to return that respect type deal.
Absolutely. I mean, this also goes hand in hand with I love going to thrift shops, and so I kind of combine the two together. I found this store. It's a chain called Once Upon a Child, and it's mostly like kids' clothes, but they do have a toy section. And I got these two for $2.50 the other day.
Oh wow!
And
Your
got a bag
post
of
made me. I ended up going on Google Maps
Power
after your
Rangers.
post.
Yeah, I mean, I'll search for toys everywhere because our thrift scene here isn't great. I have to drive to Kansas City or St. Louis. And by the way, if anyone wants to meet up in Kansas City or St. Louis, you'll get a piece from me. We can have lunch at a Whataburger or whatever, and I'll give you a piece. Like, reach out. If you're driving across the country to go to Assembly Required, make a stop in Missouri. Like,
There you go, man. Hey, I noticed something on your page as Crumbs had your page pulled up there for a minute. When I first heard about you, I think I went to your page and there was a lot of stuff on there that had a lot like that drippy droid right there in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a lot of pieces like that, dude. There was some really cool shit on there. Tell me about those.
I never keep my stuff. Like, my old stuff I don't keep. But this is a C3PO. So Funko had this line called Hikari, which was a Sofubi.
Yeah.
And I bought a bunch of them and painted them. But this one was spare parts. It's like an Optimus Prime body and a C3PO head. And I just poured resin all over it. And I'll keep this one forever. But yeah, I used to do a lot of drippy stuff when I was doing it in my garage. And I just made a super mess. So I stopped.
Yeah. You know what, dude? That's what I was going to ask too about the way that you kind of do your stuff. I mean, it's different in the sense that you're pouring it and then you're just letting it sit for, the 15 minutes, or if you're doing another layer, another day, or whatever you're doing. As far as it taking up, is your workspace inside or outside?
Right now it's outside.
Right now it's
I have
outside.
like a patio and with a little storage locker or storage closet. And I've just got all my stuff in there. Folding table, some molds, some shelves.
Yeah. Nice, man. Gosh, that workshop must have so much resin in it, dude.
I mean, behind me is just rows and rows of this stuff.
That's what I've been eyeing.
Yeah.
And then I'll just do a little teaser. This is the back of my C is for Creature, which is coming up in October. You can obviously guess what you think, what's going to be in it, but C is for Creature coming soon. Lab Monkey always invites me to his online art shows, which I'm super appreciative of.
Yeah, those are great, man. C is for Creature. We're going to be covering that one on the show too.
This is probably the thickest one I've made.
Oh, wow, dude. God, that is a block.
You can see
so back on turtles.
On the back.
I'm going to bug you. Which one's the best turtle, 8-bit? Fair. Okay.
Raphael, absolutely.
Oh, man.
And then I love this one I just made last week.
That's a fun one, man.
So this is a reissue Ghostbuster, but they were on clearance at Target for $5.
Oh, wow.
So.
God, man.
Absolutely gorgeous.
That is. So going forward, man, I mean, is there ever a stopping point for you, or you're just going to keep on doing it until, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of other artists out there.
I'll probably get bored with it.
Yeah. Until you get bored with it, you said?
What?
Until you get bored with it?
Yeah, I mean, when I was making molds, I would get super frustrated and take a couple, 6-month break. Like if I'm pouring a mold and then it falls apart and gets silicone everywhere, I would just say I'm done for a while.
Yeah.
I've given up resin probably 20 times.
Go ahead, Grumps.
What keeps pulling you back?
Oh, the community. Like what you guys are doing, what everybody's like. I watched Toy Surprise. I watched this, Toys on Tap. Everybody, DKE, everybody's just I mean, I feel like everyone's just melding together and it's fantastic. And like some of my best friends I've had in my life, I've never met in real life. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Straight up, dude. That's definitely true right there, man. And I think that kind of goes back to when you finally do see him in person. It's a very, very cool thing. What did I ask right before that, dude? So have you ever even thought of using a pressure pot at all? Is that a thing, or is it like no?
I Neostalgia Toys, formerly Arloft. I went over to his house and we did a pressure pot, and it seriously took like an hour to make like one piece. And I'm like, I'm not patient enough for this.
Oh man.
I mean, Lad Monkey used a pressure pot at one of the shows, and he had to start at the very beginning, and then by the end of the show, like they still weren't ready.
Oh wow.
So I don't.
You said.
Plus, I don't think these molds will fit in a pressure pot.
Well, that's the other thing too, man. I was gonna say, you'd have to look at some of the smaller stuff, those giant ones. I don't know what you do for that. When you on something like that, dude, did you get any tips from anybody, or is that just something? I mean, it's probably a really broad question to say, hey, how'd you come up with that idea? But I'm curious, dude, how did you come up with that idea? Not that it's some crazy idea, but to see something that big and go, oh man, if I filled that thing with resin and stuck a toy in it, that would be sick. I think other people might have thought of that, but then they're like, nah, that's way too much resin, man. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. I think the Dollar Tree had silicone ice trays, and that's how I got in. And I was like, oh, I'll use this for like a dump mold. And it just has scaled from there. Like your Godzilla back there and the Guts guy were the first ones. And then I got another ice mold that has like more straight edges than like the curved at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I started looking on Amazon and specifically for silicone molds. That's how I got the brownie pan and the bread pan.
Yeah.
And then I realized that they actually make these for resin, because a lot of people will like, this is really for like on Amazon, all the pictures are like people put flowers in it and use clear resin.
Yes. Yes.
Like their wedding flowers or whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly, man. And actually, one of the first pieces that I ever bought when I was just looking around on, I think it was Etsy or something, for just like resin products, I found someone who had made or they bought it looked like a revolver, like a gun mold, but then it had it was just full of flowers, which I thought, the contrast on that was super, super cool. And then I started looking around. I'm like, oh man, you can buy these molds online. And then
I think it was
work.
Derek Log used like a Millennium Falcon one.
Yeah.
And that's what got me really thinking about the ice cube trays.
Dude, Derek Log, good pull right there, man. I have a lot of that dude's work, and you talk about work that's on a different scale. His stuff is massive too, man. He's going to be, I just talked to him the other day, man. He's going to be at DesignerCon this year. He's going to have a little booth set up over with Dove. Which is cool. But we've been giving away, if people remember, we've been putting these in the giveaway boxes. Yeah, these are the Peace Dove from the Woodstock album back in the day. But we bought a ton of these things, man, because they're only $1 a piece, and been throwing these in giveaway boxes. But this is also Derek Log. But yeah, his stuff. That's funny, man. I was gonna say, did you see anybody else that was doing really large scale stuff? And I'm kind of looking around at my large scale stuff, and dude, Derek Log, I mean, he definitely sticks out.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing it for longer than I have. He was one of the first people I saw like online doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember like in 2014 or 2013, he was doing like those Black Friday deals. I think he still does them.
Yes, he does.
So every Black Friday, he has like a super good sale.
A super good sale, dude. And I didn't even know about it until it was after that. And I went on his website and I'm like, where'd all this stuff come from? And then I saw the prices and I'm just like, well, that can't be right. And it turns out like, yeah, man, that's the Black Friday sale. So Derek Loglog, DLL Customs is what that one's under, I believe. But yeah, that's another guy doing work on just a massive scale.
There's so many people. Oh, yeah. What?
I was just gonna say, as far as a collector goes, man, I know you have your Lab Monkey 9 stuff is insane. You have some pieces that I've never even seen before. But besides Lab Monkey 9, what artists are you really interested in as far as what they're doing or for collecting?
Man, that is a fantastic question. Let me see. I love striped heads. Like when I was in Toronto, I saw this giant striped head in front of a building. And ever since then, I wanted to make them. And Dre sent me this one.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how to pronounce your name. Dre Zizi? I don't know.
Dre Azaze.
Dre Azaze.
And then...
out of curiosity, was that the Drac head he did? The D is for Dracula?
I don't know. He'll have to let us know in the comments.
Dre, homie.
There's so many pieces that, like, when you see them in real life, they just like pop compared to Instagram, like Derek Loglog stuff. I don't think the pictures do it justice. And Naomi Naff, like her pieces are like that to me too.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Like this. I mean, this is probably 3 inches tall, and it's one of my favorite pieces.
Agreed, dude. That's a great mention right there. Naomi Naff.
I met her at a show, and I kicked myself for not buying one of her whales that had like a spout coming out.
Yeah.
The toofs. Man, those toofs were fucking dope.
Amazing.
Yeah. Really.
Would that have been when they were still in Toronto that you would have ended up meeting up with them?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I think they're in Iceland now or somewhere
or Spain.
Far.
Dre says yes, that was the Diaz for Dracula piece. Which now that you show that, dude, the scale of that thing is way bigger than what I thought it was. I remember that piece in that show, and that's a chunky boy for sure.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's almost I think it might be the exact same size as the Frank head I have of theirs, and now it just makes me want the Dracula head as well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck, man, if they're the same size, how do I only have the one Dre head? What you doing perceives for creature there, Dre?
Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at Von Fake Names comment. He is a learned doctor.
Doctor. For the longest time, it was Dr. Easy. We had no idea how to fucking say it either.
I don't know if you follow Darth Salesman. He hand sculpts everything.
Darth Salesman?
I haven't heard that name in a while.
He lives up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
Okay. Does he really?
Yeah, he's part of Toronto.
I had no idea he was so close, though.
He has his own tattoo shop, so that's what most of his feet is. But his sculpts are just like mind blowing.
That would have been their piece for the GI show that we knew nothing about. But the more you scroll,
they made a Jeff Goldblum piece that I have in the closet right now because I'm still unpacking. But he actually gave one to Jeff Goldblum at Fan Expo.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is so cool.
Dude, what was that Mac and Me piece up there, dude? What was
that? I was surprised you didn't stop when I was scrolling there. I know you're a sucker for Mac.
Dude, I have a Barbarian Rage Mac and Me piece, dude. That was for whatever reason, dude, like that one in Flight of the Navigator, man. When I was younger, I thought those movies were so freaking cool.
God, dude, it's strange to me, how many Canadians you collect.
I mean, that's because I met him in person. Like,
right.
Everybody I meet in person, I either want to give something to or get something from them, and hopefully both.
Angry Beast, they had a big one. One of your first trades being Angry Beast.
I love these guys.
Oh fuck, yo, dude.
It's the big
make those anymore.
Nope.
Do you have the little one too? Oh,
I've got a little one somewhere. Yeah,
dude, you're gonna break so many toys. The amount that you're turning over, grabbing shit, and then they're just. I've seen like 2 take dives tonight.
God, dude, you got a lot of cool shit back there, dude. I keep looking
Yo,
at all the stuff
how-
on there.
Oh yeah, another giant one.
What is that?
Okay,
What?
so in Toronto, we have this big giant tower called the CN Tower, and it's essentially one of the largest towers in the world, and it's a tourist attraction.
Okay.
And so that is one of the CN Tower like toys that's been turned into a head
Ah,
on one of the
This
old
was like
wrestling figures.
a
okay.
tchotchke he bought in the gift store.
I'm pretty sure I have the tchotchke as well. I think Angry Beast called me out on it the one night because I pulled it out and he's like, "I'm pretty sure that's where I got that head from." But did he end up getting a cease on those? Do you know? Because he stopped making
He
them.
did.
Yeah, of
Hmm.
course. See, and that's where Toronto's fucking stupid. Because realistically, if they'd offered to sell those to the CN Tower, maybe I would actually find a reason to go to the damn CN Tower other than walking 5,000 steps to the top.
Oh my god.
That's kind of the appeal. Hey, you want to go to the CN Tower and see how long it takes you to climb the entire fucking thing to the top? No?
I took the elevator.
Oh, dude, you'd have to.
Damn
5,000
right you did.
steps. Dude, that's insane, man. My legs would be on absolute fire.
Well, when you consider you'd be piggybacking me the whole way, yeah, you'd be just
That
shredded.
too. That too.
This Pac-Man DeLorean by Dre, I just absolutely love.
Oh, dude.
Like the play on words toys, I think
Yeah, man.
are genius.
Yes, dude. How about the he had another
The droid DeLoreans in general were fire, man.
the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one was cool. We gave one of those away. And then the Pac-Man part on there, we gave one of those away and one of those Frank heads, I think, Crumbs, right? He had sent a box. This was a long time ago, and they were. I just remember the scale of those pieces were chunky. But you're right, dude. The Mandalorian one, that was cool. I like that one. Little DeLorean car. That would have worked out good. Though I had a DeLorean joke.
And I'm a
in the
sucker
first
for
one.
the
Oh, what was that?
whenever people make candy dispensers, like this is an old candy holder that
Yeah.
Lab Monkey molded and cast.
Yo, is yours
I've
slightly
got a
rubbery?
No, this is solid resin.
So for some reason, I've got the exact same one, but the neck is rubbery to be able to like bedoing it, kind of like one of those door stoppers.
Yeah.
But same thing, LM9, man. I'm
He did
surprised
some
you didn't bust
Yoda
out.
ones as well. And I love the
Oh,
Yoda
fuck.
ones.
Hmm.
Now, B and I are both sitting here wondering, where are the hearts? Heart toys. Heart
Yes.
toys. Oh, no
See,
way.
and
You actually
now-
have them pulled out? No way. I was
And now, when I said you've got some Lab Monkey 9 pieces that I've never seen before, dude, I was 100% referring to these things.
So this is the first toy I ever bought. First resin
Oh,
toy I ever bought.
Oh, fuck off.
This is Heart Toy 1.
You don't get that lucky.
Heart Toy 1, he charged me like $20, but because I gave him a trade, he knocked it down to 10. And I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
Wow.
So it's a Ken head. And then I've got Heart Toy 3. So Heart Toy 2 was a robot, and I missed out on that one. But this is Heart Toy 3, and this one is actually an artist proof, if you can read that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then he had a show, or they had a It Came From Canada show at Mothership. And I got this exclusive colorway.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
So these are both Heart Toy 3s, and I think they're the $6 million man head. But like
Dude.
the double cast of the stuff inside, I don't understand double casting, but everybody that does it, it's so cool.
Isn't it, though? I love that shit, dude.
It's amazing.
It really is, man. And some of those pieces, dude, I got this piece from freaking a Clutter show, and it just came in the other day, dude. And it's a double cast, and I'd never heard of this artist before, and it is so badass, dude. I mean, without the double cast, it's still cool, but you're right, dude. Double casting, and then when people are so on point with it, dude, like Scott Wilkowski, dude, that dude's a freaking genius.
Barbarian Rage, even Rainbow Yawn stuff. I mean, there's so, and then there's a lot of people doing it though, man. You know what I mean? On some level or another.
But anytime, dude, Motley Miscreations, theirs are super sick, man. There's some really good freaking double casters out there.
And then I've got some Lab Monkey. This is called Shaker Maker Witch. Shaker Maker was a toy in the 70s. He finds the coolest stuff and
Dude,
just
yeah.
casts it. And then his little people. I've got a ton of these I love.
Oh, nice.
The magnetic.
Yes.
Those are from Lab Monkey Magnetic Club or whatever it's called.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. The heads that Lab Monkey sends with his pieces too. That's what that little pieces or little people pieces remind me of. That is super sick, man. God,
I bought a couple pieces this week from people that I haven't met in real life, and so I'm trying to go out on a limb and do that. But meeting up with people and trading toys, I think, is so much fun. I used to mash up these Ultraman figures, and so there's a couple of those out there. This is the last one I have. A bunch of people have them, so yeah, I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, dude.
And
does that
whatever I want?
Yeah, is there? So I mean, you definitely have a style now, a recognizable style. Not only the scale of them, but the layers and then the pieces sticking out of the resin. It sounds like you may have already gone through that phase where maybe you wanted to try some kit bashing and stuff. Or is that something that still interests you as far as maybe getting away from what you're doing now and doing something like a sculpt or a kit bash or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but I just can't compete with the stuff people are making. Like I did a kit bash of it's called Boskbot. It's like a Bosk face on an R2D2 with a one leg. And that's the piece I gave Lab Monkey when I first met him. He's posted it a few times. And there's so many errors with it. Like you can tell where glue was on the resin. And resin's not forgiving on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then when you get a piece from somebody and it's super clean, I don't even know how they do it.
Dude, there's definitely an art to it. And what I think is really cool is I think, obviously mold making comes into it. A lot of the sculpting comes into it too, to make that, the pole something nice and easy to do. And then you have that final product that sometimes is just so incredibly smooth and no bubbles, no nothing. I think there's art in almost every process, dude. As far as making a mold, I don't know the first thing about that, dude, but I've seen a bunch of different people do it. And I can tell you what, man, almost everybody that I've seen do it does it a different way. And sometimes the results are the same. Sometimes they're, some are better than others, but I definitely think there's an art form to that too.
Let me try to find that figure.
Good one. Fletch says he wants to see Cost Robots molds. Cost Robot, dude. I was just talking to Jevaho Creations earlier today about packaging, and he's now using these blisters that you slide the card in the back. And I said the only other guy that I had seen doing that was Dark Rainbow, and then Cost Robot from a while back too. So. Do you collect any carded pieces or anything like that, man? Your wall's blank back there besides your stuff.
I just wanted to show you this. This is my favorite figure I've ever made, R2D20. Ooh. So Lab Monkey posted this. This is what I gave him in a trade. And I don't even have an R2D20 myself. I gave them all away. And I wish that's the one piece I wish I still had. But I mean, this was 420 weeks ago. So a long time ago. 2016. Is when that trade happened.
So if anybody finds those out in the wild, just know that 8-Bit Mike might pay a pretty penny to get one back. If you want to flip one of 8-Bit Mike's pieces back onto 8-Bit Mike,
yeah,
why not?
I mean, absolutely. Sorry, what was the question you were asking?
What's that?
What were you asking me when I pulled that up? I don't remember.
I don't think B remembers.
I don't remember. All I was going to comment on was the R2D2, the 20 that went on the left there, that kind of watermelon, the green and pink, dude. That was super sick.
For years, I make these free resin toys and drop them around Fan Expo Canada or Toronto Comic Con.
Yeah.
And the best message I ever got on Instagram was, and I put like the hashtag free resin toy. And I got a message from this mom that said her son found it and it just made his day. And I was like, okay, that's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Dude, so, and was that the first time that you had given those out?
It was probably the second or third time.
Yeah. Now, if people remember at the show when you were on the show the first time, or I keep on saying when you were on the show the first time, when you sent giveaways the first time,
yeah,
we sent out a ton of those things, man, to people. And I'm sure, a few of them popped up here and there with the hashtag. But dude, what a great idea to spread that. And I guess that kind of goes back to
carded pieces.
Carded pieces, yeah. Good pull, dude. That one left my brain with.
No, that's from Folklorian.
Oh, Folklore, of course. Get out of here. Jeez Louise.
So I just got 2 carded pieces this week from Yuckabuck.
Oh, nice. Dude.
He's doing pay what you want, which is like, that's exactly what I love. But I bought 1 carded piece before that, and it came dented. In the corner, it had like a bend on it and a crease. And I was like, I'm never buying another carded figure.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the slabs you have has the piece in it that I ripped out of that card. So I ripped it apart and put the piece in a slab for you.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
It's that that Jabba the Hutt sidekick guy, Salacious Crumb.
Oh, Salacious Crumb, yeah, dude.
Yo, Salacious Crumbs is not a sidekick guy. Salacious Crumb is the fucking man, I would like to say.
So I think DKE Toys got a bunch of those and commissioned artists to make card backs. And there was an artist I really liked who did that. So I bought one of them and then it came busted. So I just ripped it apart.
That's funny, dude. What's funny is when I saw that one out of the box, that's exactly what I thought of. I'm like, what am I going to do with this one, man? That is funny. So anyways, that was about carded pieces. But I feel you, dude. As a collector, it's frustrating when stuff shows up like that and it's bent. Usually if I can take it out, but sometimes, you buy it for the card. And that is a kind of a good segue into what you're buying right now, Yuckamuck stuff. Yuckamuck stuff,
yeah.
He's, the actual cards that he's doing, the subjects that he's picking. I said it a long time ago, dude, when he first started doing these type of card backs, was that, dude, these things are on a different level, man. As far as the subject and what's going on and how he's explaining it, even in the posts, dude, absolutely wild, dude. That if you're gonna have some carded figures, man, and you said you have multiple of them?
Yeah, I ordered 2. They'll be here next week.
Yeah, dude, they're those are very, very cool, man. Those are great choices for carded pieces.
I need to go get a refill. I'll be right back.
You got it, buddy. Hey.
What's up? How are you?
What's up, dude?
Hey, you know what I'm going to do, actually? While they're running out for a refill, I'm going to awkwardly open this box. That way, 8-Bit Mike doesn't technically see it, but they will see it. And that way, we're just going to go at it, man. We're going to do this hand style, but I don't have to deal with the weird uncomfortableness of the fact that they're watching me open their stuff. So we're going to...
Yeah, there you go.
That's how we open up here. But, okay. I'm going to try and actually take this in as a normal human being for a moment. I'm seeing many of things at the very beginning. First off, I'm seeing these dudes, and I know one of you ended up calling me out on it during the interview when I mentioned there was going to be a bunch of Batman. You're like, I think I've seen 2 Batman pieces. The whole fucking shelf right there. All that, Batman comics. All Batman. All this, Batman, baby. Anyways, 8-Bit Mike knows. 8-Bit Mike knows I love Batman. Check these little bad boys.
Oh, nice, dude.
These would have been the fast food guys. Hey, 8-Bit. Like a wiener, I hopped on and I was ripping open your box for a moment. I was hoping that I could shy away.
I know you have a Batman shelf.
I was actually just doing the.
Oh, funny.
No, I appreciate that, man.
No,
And
I went
honestly-
wild for those at Wendy's last year.
Okay, that's where they came from.
Yeah.
Beautiful sculpts, by the way, homie. Like, I don't know if you guys have actually really taken in those, but
Yeah.
for some Wendy's,
I followed some of the artists on Instagram, and Wendy's gave him carded versions of them.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
damn.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of a thing to have. This is dope as all fuck. And these are dope as all fuck.
Yes.
Thank you kindly.
Live
Little do you
long
know,
and prosper.
well, admittedly, the socks I'm wearing right now, they've been living long and prospering. I only have one pair of socks. I just wear the same pair of socks day in, day out. Every morning I wake up, I suck the toe part a little bit to get rid of the yesterday's crust, and then I pop them on with the day. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. 8-bit just, so, yeah, sounds about right. 8-bit homie, how did this end up here?
Ooh.
I thought you needed a dump mold. So it's a bear brick knockoff I got from China.
I was gonna say
Wow.
I owe you a bear brick now, obviously.
Oh, I've got plenty. I made them myself. Like,
Okay, you know what? If you're not the only person, next time I meet another toy person, I'm like, oh, dude, I want to do a trade with you, and they look at my work and go, oh, that's okay. I can cast those myself. I will keep that in mind. I'll be like, all right, yeah, touche. This dude though, I'm seeing, yo, homie, this is a gorgeous freaking piece, man.
you have a white shelf, right?
Hmm.
It's gonna be going right on that black and white shelf, man. But I think I'm probably just gonna do a little pop of this guy.
And UV
Nice.
all the way.
Oh, no way. Oh, of
Oh,
course my
that's
flashlight's
awesome.
over there. Admittedly, I brought my flashlight into the washroom earlier because I wanted to see. I've always heard on TV and movies that if you go into a hotel room and you shine a UV light, you'll see certain things. And I'd never done it in my bathroom, so today, admittedly, I brought my UV light into my bathroom, or else I'd bring it out right now and shine it on here. Because I was kind of curious. I was like, I'm cleaning my bathroom today. Let's see if I've really cleaned it.
Did you ever see
You
that
with
show
the-
Room Raiders? That's what they would do.
They'd go in with the UV light and,
It was
and
like-
check things out.
Like a partner had to pick between 3 dates, and the only thing that they could do was go in their bedrooms to like get their personality. And they always had a black light, and they're like, "This guy's disgusting."
Well, I was gonna say crumbs in the bathroom with the black light, bro. Fucking splatterhouse in there.
That's kind of what I wanted to see. I was like, how good of a clean did I do? Did I make sure to get the other dude's spunk out of my bathroom before I'm going in there in my bathroom? And then this friggin' overpour, my dude.
Yeah.
Dude, these are huge, by the way.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah, and I didn't even clean them up. I hate cleanup.
Now, out of curiosity, why would you, like, what do you hate about cleanup?
Just the meticulousness of it, like sitting with an X-Acto knife, trying to get everything shaved off. And I mean, I did it. I had all my R2s. I had electric sander. I would just sand the bottom so he would stand straight.
Right. To be fair, though, your pieces are pretty clean, man. Like, personally, whenever I have to clean up a piece to hand off, like LM9 was actually a great example of it. When I met up with them at Fan Expo this year, I mentioned I owe you a couple pieces. I need to clean some flashing off. And same thing, they were like, well, my flashing's not cleaned off. And you're like, yeah, but there's a big difference between a tiny bit of flashing and a bit of flashing. You know? So,
Yeah.
homie, man. Also, I don't know if you know this, but part of what makes these actually really, really special to me is typically I'm forced to go to the Ontario Art Gallery by myself, like all the time. I live in Toronto. It's probably one of my favorite places to go, but I'm always going by myself. And LM9, I was fortunate enough last year, I ended up dragging them out when they had their Kloss show. So admittedly, homie, these actually kind of are like a nice little like memento reminder of like that time going over to that show as well. And also what I love about that show is that whole thing was actually the family Kloss show. All the pieces in there were supposed to kind of be representational of like what it is to be a part of a family. And so there's like big Klosses with little Klosses. And I think all of us in this scene can relate to this one, dudes.
Angry Beast reached out, and he had been to that show, and so he wanted a couple of these, and I sent them to him. And as a thank you, he sent me pictures of his family at that exhibit,
Oh,
which is
sweet.
super cool.
Fucking Angry Beast, man. That dude's always next level. I
That's
can't.
cool, man.
He's on a plane higher than all of us with his ideas.
Underrated, man. I think Angry Beast might be one of my favorite. As far as like how they execute, might be one of my favorite artists in this scene, and yet somehow they just go under the radar for so many, man. They do such weird shit.
Yeah.
8-Bit, dude, I don't know how to properly say thank you for these, man. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm really, really
Of course.
appreciative of you shipping them off, my dude. I need to get you a box out there as well, homie.
I'll be up there someday.
Dude, that's awesome. Buddy, we are coming up to 7:45, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to get out there before we move along and give away some of this gold you sent me over here?
Have you opened the second box?
I did.
Oh, okay. So you know how big the giant slabs are.
Oh my God.
That's the thing. I wanted you to see them in person.
Dude. It's one of the heaviest items in my house. I'll tell you that much. Those things are absolute beasts, dude. You know what's going to be really cool, dude, is that you sent so much. These are going to be the gifts that keep on giving, dude. We're going to give out a good amount tonight. But down the road, dude, there's going to be some featured giveaways that are just going to blow people's minds. For instance, those slabs are, I mean, dude, those are insanely cool, dude. But as far as anything else going on or anything else you want to get out there, dude, you got anything for us?
Just spread the love. Do something nice for somebody this week. Expect you nothing in return. And you'll get karma points for it. So just do something cool.
That's a huge one. And honestly, don't overthink it, homies. That nice thing can be a smile. Literally shooting a smile over to somebody that you're walking past on the street that maybe looks like their head's hanging a little heavy. Even that can sometimes be a big thing. Something that I make sure a lot of you guys know I don't really love working at that pot shop I work at. But when I have a day where somebody actually gives me good energy, thanking somebody for the smile, the laughs, the good energy, even that can really go and make somebody's day, dudes. You don't have to do anything extravagant, and it doesn't have to be anything that costs anything.
And shout out to B. He overpaid me shipping. And so I told him, hey, who do you want to ship something to? And he had a homie that needed to pick me up. And I got the nicest message from this guy because B decided to be generous and pay for extra shipping. So thank you.
I fucking love that, dudes.
You know who that was? That was the homie Uncle Spank back in the day, man, when he had when he was going through it, dude. I remember that. That was very cool of you to send that to him, man. I super appreciate that, dude. Yeah, 8-Bit Mike, it has been an absolute pleasure, man.
Love being here. Thank you guys so much.
You got it, dude. It's a totally different take on kind of why we're here, and it's not for profit, dude, which is something that you don't see very much in this scene, dude. You are an absolute stud. Thank you for your time tonight, dude, and very much appreciate you, dude.
And that Purple Panther was one of them I hoped you kept.
Absolutely, I did, dude. I had to. You know what I mean?
You needed the pair.
Dude, I mean, get the hell out of town with this beauty. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's deep down secretly.
This one was from back in the day. Bro, yeah. Who's got a setup like that?
A lot of you don't know this. B's got a big thing for cougars, and that's actually what those are. Those are actually let everybody know who comes in. You're in Cougar Town now.
That's partly true, Crumbs.
Don't we all? Don't we all? That's what I was trying to get that with Cool Cat Toy Co. over there. I was trying to be subtle about it, but damn, come on.
Oh, goodness. Mike, it was an absolute pleasure, dude. Again, thanks for your time, man. And we will be talking very soon, dude.
Good luck.
I wasn't sure if you're keeping it in for the giveaways. And then I'm not
look at him in the waiting room. Look at him. You know what, man? I was thinking about that the other day, dude. And it's such a weird sign of respect when we boot people like that. We only do it to the homies. We only do it to the homies, man. But seriously, dude, it's a completely different take on kind of the reason that you know, I don't want to say completely different because I'm sure that's part of the recipe for everybody is to make sure that, you know, people are good and people are happy, not only with what they buy, but they're supportive and whatnot. And that is all that dude's about, dude. Not for profit, man.
Yeah.
It's just about getting the pieces out there, a pick me up that somebody needs, whatever it is, dude. I mean, that is legit. Yes.
You mentioned you have to give away part of your prize if you win. Okay, fill me in. I'm missing.
Yeah,
something.
dude. So let's just so I'm going to show the first giveaway right now. This is what we're going to do. All right. So I told you there's a lot of stuff that we're going to give away. We're going to give away some of it tonight, and then we're going to probably sprinkle these in throughout the next however long the show goes because there's a lot of stuff. So speaking of the piece that you just showed, dude, right? Look at this one. This is the first one we're going to give away. Bam. Very cool.
Prime cost, man.
But here's the thing. You're also going to get this one. And you can give whichever one you want. You got to give it away, though. You can't keep both. You got to give one away. And you got to tell them about 8-Bit Mike, and you got to tell them about Indie Toys.
Okay.
And not only are you going to get those two, you're going to get one of these. So one for you. You can keep whatever you want. But the point is that you give the two others to other people, artists, friends, family, strangers, whatever you want. Hide them, eat them, whatever you want to do.
8-Bit, let me know in chat or anything if the blue-green dude, if I'm supposed to do the same with that. I don't want to be holding on to anything that's supposed to be going off to a new home.
And dude, how many did we have on the wheel this week? We had probably go ahead, take your time. And
30
on the wheel. Awesome, dude. But yeah, so that's the point, man. So we're gonna have 2 packs of these, two packs with one of these. So there's actually, I mean, in total, we're gonna do 3 different giveaways, but really there should be 8 different winners tonight. Because when you guys get these, you're gonna have to give these away to somebody. Send them to another artist, somebody in the scene, whatever you want. But I think that's the right thing to do with this many giveaways, and especially with Mike being who he is and what he's about, man. I thought that fit in really well. So, Crumbs, whenever you are ready, my man, we will take a look at that wheel. We got 30 spots on the wheel tonight. The question was something that kind of keeps you around the scene or that kind of drew you in. And like Crumbs said, there were some really good questions or some really good answers. What I thought was interesting, dude, was I saw several people talk about Crumbs Creative Discussions on there. And that's a program that you did back in the day, and you had artists on and stuff. And that's when I think that was my first indication that, oh man, this dude knows what he's talking about, is when I saw some of those and chimed in back in the day. And if you look at some of those early episodes, dude, the amount of people that were in there and were kind of just starting out was just phenomenal, dude. There was some groupings in there that now you'd look at it, you'd be like, holy shit, dude, that's just nothing but all-stars in there. But 4 years ago, was 4 years ago when people were not in the same position that they're in now, as far as visibility or anything.
I'm just noticing Von Fake Name's mentioning that they didn't do the IG. I'm just going to toss them in, man. They're here every single week. They were here at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. So Von Fake Name, you are number 31 on the wheel.
Awesome.
And homie, honestly, those creative discussions, the amount of individuals that participated in those and gave me some of their time back then. There we go.
Yeah.
Figured it out. So it was astounding. It was actually really for real, just absolutely astounding. I think most of that came from the fact I really didn't know what I was looking at sometimes. And it was that I was hoping to maybe by talking to new makers and other makers, figuring out what the heck was going on. Let's go over to share screen. I'm just sugar-free Jello. I don't think, who the fuck eats sugar-free Jello, man? Also, B, you and I were talking about this before the show as well, and I think it's a great idea. If anybody's going to events and shows and that kind of stuff as well, and if you end up maybe getting one of these 8-bits and you're not really in a position to be shipping things, but bring them with you to like ARs or decons.
Yes.
The whole idea is getting the work in somebody else's hands as well and kind of spreading that word and love.
Absolutely, dude. That's a great idea. For spin, let's go.
Let's get her.
Number 11.
11. Which is going to be going over to Puzzled Panther.
Look at that. Puzzled
Look at
Panther,
that.
super active in the chat tonight. Congratulations, my friend.
What I find a little jokes about that is I know Puzzled Panther was asking earlier today if we were going to be doing the numbers. We did. And yours got picked. What up?
Number 11, Puzzled Panther. Very cool. Those will be coming to you. Please hit us with your address and shipping info so we can get these out to you ASAP. But congrats, man. That's awesome. The next one, let's take up the next grouping here. The next one is, bam, another one. Nice purple and orange. Very cool. These are solid, chunky. And then one to give to a friend or family member or stranger or your mailman or your milkman or whoever you want. And the little ice cube dino upside down. Those are
little
super
dino ice cubes, man. There's something fun
Yeah,
about those little upside down dinos in there.
That's something that I didn't ask him either, dude. And I think I kind of got it answered though when I was talking about just kind of the selection for the pieces, and he said like dollar stores and stuff like that. This is obviously something that you would see in there. But yeah, lots of dinos, dude. I remember when he sent those packs the first round, there was lots of little dino pieces in there, which was super cool. By the way, dude, on that first round of stuff that he sent, he made custom headers. If people remember this, and if you haven't heard of this or seen these, he made custom Toys Alive headers for every single bag that went out. And if you remember, there was like 100 bags. Not everyone was Toys Alive, but I bet 50 of them were. And those are
a good number.
Yeah, those are super sick. Next round, here we go.
Spin a doodle.
Spin a doodle. Spin a doodle. The karma wheel has spoken.
Amazon photos for his cards. Jokes.
Oh, nice. Number 5.
Numero 5. Who do we got on the old 5-star? Hobo Toys.
How about that, dude?
Dude, I love the fact that Hobo Toys was in here not too long ago and had a bunch of stuff they were giving away, and now the karma wheel is repaying.
Dude, exactly, dude. Karma wheel, man. Hobo Toys, go check out that. I saw that he just released or not just released, but within the last couple of weeks, it was a custom Hobo heads.
Yes, you can place custom orders.
Yeah, custom orders for Hobos. And with how many pieces that is, like, dude, the options are, phenomenal.
Yeah. I love when also they chime in the chat too, and you're like, "Oh, you are hanging out. What up? Yeah, you won."
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Very nice. Now for this last one. This last one, we're gonna do something a little bit. It's gonna be something different. This last one, the first thing that you're gonna get is a little ice cube with it's like a little wolf boy in there, which is cool. Nice layering. I'm not sure if any of those glow, but a lot of them do. So you'll get like a glowing stripe in there or a UV stripe, which is really cool. So you're going to get this. And then the last thing that we're going to give away is this big old Fat Daddy slab. Bam. Look at that.
Yo, love that jaw just poking out of there.
Just poking out, dude. Look at that.
Yeah. That's freaking fun.
Yeah, dude, I saw that and I'm just like, oh, that's got to go out tonight. Sick.
Oh, there we go. Super 7 TMNT Ultimates Ray Fillet alternate head. It's the alternate head that's catching me. I wondered if it was a TMNT Ray Fillet. I also noticed you had like 3 of those on your shelf earlier.
Bam.
Beauty.
Sick. Yeah, so this one and the Wolf Boy Ice Cube. Good luck, whoever gets that.
Apparently no toy is safe, Retro Zone Neon. Oh, number 2.
One.
Now where are we going to number 2? That's going to be Barrio Boba.
Oh, dog.
Not to be that guy. I mean, anybody who gets some toys from the scene, that's always dope as hell. But, it's really, 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 really nice to see some of the folks that we see here regularly. Fuck toys. Look at you, man, making me have to do a little bit more work than I already was planning on doing. So if we're gonna look at the responses from the winners, boom, 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 boom. What do we got here? Hobo Toys says, got to give a shout out to Extra Truck Restrial for this one. The dude had my back from damn near the beginning. He'd even check in while I was on my long breaks to see how things were going. He's a big part of why I'm happy to be a part of this scene. He helps me push everybody to be and do better. It's really awesome. Yeah, man, the relationship that you have formed with Extra Truck Restrial, especially that dude being in the scene for as long as they are, I would imagine that would be a very inspirational relationship. Absolutely, my dude.
Yeah.
Burial Bobo is in here. Where are you hiding, Bobinator? Yeah, there's 31 responses. Fuck toys.
Nice.
Who else ended up winning this evening? We ended up having Hobo Toys, Burial Boba. He was on Crumb's favorite discussions with Kerfloss, Suki Design, Crumb's Blunt. Sometimes I say toys. After only being in the scene for about a year, the scene has grown so much since then. I've been a part of some really awesome shows and I'm the founder of the Island of Miscast Toys, which we're going to talk about in a moment as well, where creatives can make toys with their miscasts and take part in a gift exchange. I've met so many awesome people, both in person and online, through this venture. This show is a big part of that too. I'm surprised they didn't end up saying I've met so many awesome Vados.
There was somebody else I wanted to. 1 second here.
I like how we're both doing the. Oh, it was Puzzled Panther. Puzzled Panther was the other one that we ended up having.
Yeah, Puzzled Panther. Yep. Yep.
The Puzzled Panther. Where is your beauty response? There it is. Toys Alive. Aw, duh. What keeps me coming back to Toys Alive every Toys Day is the consistency. A lot of toy channels are centered around cost, price, and worth. And I'm glad the folks around here don't care about that hogwash. But no lies, Extra Truck Restrial is the OG who was always here whenever I stepped away from the scene and came back. Truck was always making glows. You know, Extra Truck Restrial is one of the individuals I would say as well that's from Mastercasters that doesn't let that maybe determine who they work with or how they approach other artists. They're a very humble individual, man.
Straight up, man, that dude is awesome, and that's probably one of the things that's up there for me too. Is one of the first things that I really saw was Mastercasters, and then talking with Tim, dude, just in doing some of those shows that he's been doing recently. It's just he's a great dude, man. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's always willing to pass knowledge along. Just a super good dude.
You know, tonight we've been so go with the chat that I've been forgetting to do stuff like this, like clicking little banners like this.
Huh.
We totally didn't do the giveaway. Little diddle.
Oh, that's okay. We nailed the beginning though, dude. That's an achievement. Yeah. That's
an achievement, yeah. But otherwise, I also didn't get okay. Are we doing a one-off tonight? Do you have a one-off you want to talk about this evening?
I do not, man. I was actually going to end it on another post or another reply that somebody had, but go ahead.
I'm going to dive. Okay, so before we do that,
I
want to dive into the news real fast and just knock that out. Is that cool?
Yeah,
absolutely. We're going to try and do this in the world record speed because I know that once we get past this point in the evening, we don't want to keep you yahoos here any longer than you've been here. You've been here most of the evening already. You've given us a bunch of your time. Shotgun Karaoke, I want to give a quick little shout out because they were on Toys on Tap recently. Episode 191, Toys on Tap with Shotgun Karaoke. If you guys are not familiar with Shotgun Karaoke, head on over to their page. An absolutely lovely individual. We've had them on the show before, but a nice new full-length interview over on Toys on Tap. Also, for anybody looking for shows coming up this weekend, there's going to be the Kaiju-fornia, September 28th. Big heavy hitters in here. If we actually click over on the page, the amount of work that's been submitted for this Kaiju event is insane. Sorry.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's going to be a September 28th. Exclusives by David Kaufman, Secret Handshake Toys this Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. inside the Midnight Hour Records in San Fernando, CA. And Kachina has been actually tossing a whole bunch of stuff towards the Buena Spoons one that's happening. They're having a Grass Hut Gam Jam. And I didn't want to just overshadow the Kachina work, but if you guys aren't familiar with Buena Spoons, they're holding an event called the Gam Jam. That's going to be happening as well this October 5th, my apologies, 11 to 6 p.m. And we've also got this one here. It's a long way out, but January 11th to February 1st, heading over to Burial Boba's page because Burial Boba has done a couple of different posts recently. They've got this one here they're talking about. It's going to be October 5th and 6th, the Chuko Con Borderland Comics and Arts Fest free event, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. but also they're going to be getting the submissions for the miscast toys, the Isle of Miscast toys that they've just been mentioning as well. So if you are not familiar with the Isle of Miscast toys, check out Burial Boba, check out the Isle of Miscast toys page, take a little look at what it is. It's basically almost like a big secret Santa of miscasted pieces where you send them off across the globe to other folks. Anybody who's been interested in the Safubi making, I want to make sure we're showing off low, because Low Tech Studios have been making some absolute groundbreaking stretches lately. I don't know the right word, with steel molds entering into their own Safubi production as well, man. So I want to make sure we're showing that off, and they are nearing the end of this run to get them out there. The Pocky Space Jamila coming soon in the rare exclusive reddish orange. Double Casket Toys, I'm doing a live claim in their drop last night. So if you ended up seeing anything on their page that you were curious about, hit them up. They might have some stuff left over. These blew my fucking mind, man. I was not familiar with this maker. They dropped these this week, these big ass dinosaur pieces. Wait till you see the prices on these, because no wonder they're freaking sold out already. 40 USD for this beast of a dinosaur that your action figures can ride. Are you kidding me? You're not charging enough. 35 USD for a dinosaur my figures can ride with a saddle? Excuse me? Musceloids is going to be re-releasing the rubber fives. They're actually going to be doing a pre-order for them. DM to get your pre-orders in. All the original rubber 5.5s. Hit them up if you want in on those. Rokoma Shoe is going to be doing a drop. And that's going to be happening on Friday. I know originally they mentioned it might be happening on the Saturday. No, it's going to be happening on the Friday. So make sure you're keeping a little peek over at their page. I think we're going to be seeing some of the WF figures hit as well. What else we got happening this weekend? Real Bernhardt Friday evening, Friday afternoon. I'm sure you saw these as well. Noon Eastern tomorrow. All these go up in the Real Bernhardt shop. And of course, the Bad Luck Jimmy / Damn Joe, aka Deadbird Studios. They've got a big old drop happening as well this weekend, man. So drop tomorrow. This is gonna be on Friday. And meanwhile, I know you had actually clicked on this guy here and had it up, because the Buzz Killer and Crustacean, all 10 color options launch dropping Friday.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I had also seen that Bernhardt is going to send some of those creeps over to Gam Jam too. I don't know those ones right
Yeah.
there. I think they're those ones. Yeah.
You bet. Absolutely. Gamham. Go check it out if you're in the area. Now, you had actually selected one of these guys here. I believe that they've got a limited 10 available 28th. There we go. So it's going to be on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Anybody who's a fan of Creature Maker soft vinyl? And because we were talking about Yuckamuck earlier, I did pull up the Yuckamuck page because, dude, he's been on fire this fucking year, man. His weekly card back series is absolutely stupid.
Agreed.
Anyways. Alrighty. You had a piece, though, that you wanted to talk about, or an account or a comment that you want to bring up?
Just a comment. It was just an answer that somebody put to the question this week. I thought it would be a good one to kind of close on, because it's a kind of it talks about us a little bit, but then all kind of more like the community as a whole, which is cool. So was that it for the drops that we had?
That's it for the drops, yeah. That's
Sweet.
all that
Okay.
I had for drop news.
So this one, and I just saw him in the chat, dude. This comment right here was left by Neckrath. If you're not following Neckrath, give Neckrath a follow. They've popped up in a couple shows recently. And it was a lengthy reply to the question for this week.
But it was a good one, yeah.
It was a good one, dude. Neckrath's answer was, it was Toys Alive through the 100th episode. It was the milestone that really drew me in. After all, 100 is a significant marker of achievement. Reaching that point means something was done right, and that consistency and dedication brought the show to that level. Thank you. 100 episodes on YouTube, it shows something solid. As I started watching, I realized that this is an incredibly active community. It's a real combination of passionate people. The pandemic seemed to have played a role in people discovering their potential and joining this movement. People in the toy production realm found others like themselves, discovering new creators and sharing their own works. The weekly raffles, the new participants, and seeing the new toys and figures being made, it all pulled me in. I love following it, whether through Instagram or the show itself. Every week there's something new to see, something different, and the level of interaction is amazing. That's what got me into this community. There's always fresh content, fresh ideas, and a strong sense of engagement. Toys Alive isn't just about toys. It's a vibrant community with a creative spirit that keeps things exciting week after week. Holy crap, dude. I need to probably send you something just for that answer, Neckrath. That was amazing. Thank you for that. And there was a lot of truth in there, dude, about the community as a whole and why people are here and why people keep coming back. And I think you nailed it on the head in probably half a dozen sentences in there, man. So appreciate that. That was outstanding, dude. Thank you very much for that. And there you go.
I dig, man.
I just wanted to say next week, I don't know what's going on. We had kind of talked about something, and honestly, bro, that's up in the air right now based on current circumstances. It's up in the air, and that's fine. We'll come back with something. We'll let you know by Monday what's going on. But you'll probably hear from us, a couple times in the next few days. So, yeah.
There are enough homies in the scene that if we needed somebody to hop in, I'm sure there are a bajillion dudes who would love to come and sit with us if we needed somebody. And otherwise, you and I could talk toys for 4, 5, 6 hours.
Dude, you know what? I think we should work in one way or the other, man, is I really have some stuff that I've gotten over the last month or so that I just have not shown on the show at all. There's a couple pieces of, Better Days Toys. I finally landed something from them, dude, and I got turned on to him. If we're talking about Lab Monkey 9 all night, that's another guy that I got turned on to by Lab Monkey 9, and it's I haven't shown it, dude. It's just sitting in a box right here, and it makes me sick every time I look at it that I haven't showed it yet. But maybe we'll do something like that.
Yeah, man. Drink some Pepto, pull through the week. You got this.
Yep. We got it. We got it, man. That was a good show, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Wrap it up.
That was my comment. Yeah. Awesome, dude. We will see you all next week. Close it out, dude.